Serviceberry, Amelanchier, is a little deciduous tree or bush with alluring white spring blooms that gives all-year interest in the scene, as well as delivering palatable natural products. Likewise called shadblow, shadbush, juneberry and Saskatoon in various regions of the country, there are a few unique animal groups that happen over most pieces of the U.S. There are 30 or so types of this class in the palm natural product subfamily of the rose family. They are firmly connected with apples, with everything except two local to North America. All have little, oval or curved leaves, with finely toothed edges and fleece undersides. Most Amelanchier species have pompous however fleeting blossoms created in terminal groups that might upstanding or hang. Each blossom has 5 petals encompassing numerous stamens. The petals are for the most part white, yet a few cultivars can have pink to yellow petals. The blossoms possibly keep going for about a week or less, assuming that it is warm or windy. The blossoms are trailed by 1/4 to 1/2 inch purple palm natural products with a waxy sprout that tastes to some degree like blueberries when ready. The natural products are prepared for reap 2 to 90 days after bloom. The little consumable organic product are well known with birds, including American goldfinch, tufted titmice, earthy colored thrashers, blue jays, Carolina chickadees, northern cardinals and American robins, and little creatures. These organic products were additionally utilized by local Americans and early pilgrims, and, surprisingly, today a few animal varieties are developed as organic product trees, especially in regions where different kinds of organic product trees don't get along nicely. They can be utilized in jams, shoemakers, pies, biscuits, espresso cakes or as treat garnishes. Natural product is created 2 to 3 years after planting. These agile, vaporous trees or bushes give all-year fancy interest in the scene, with pleasant fall tone going from yellow to red. Most species have fascinating bark that give winter interest, particularly assuming the plant is pruned up as a tree as opposed to left as a multi-stemmed shrub. Serviceberries can be naturalized at the edge of forests or utilized in various ways in the scene. They are similarly helpful as an example plant or in little groupings. They look especially decent when planted against background of hazier foliage, for example, evergreens, that permit the blossoms, vivid fall foliage and grayish bark to stick out. They can likewise be utilized in bush boundaries, as screens or as an unsheared support. The species local to boggy regions really do well approach water gardens. Amelanchier are principally forest plants that favor full sun to fractional shade. They ought to be established in rich, damp, all-around depleted soil. Serviceberries cast light shade and their foundations aren't obtrusive, so different plants, for example, perennials that favor incomplete shade, can undoubtedly be established under them. They are inclined to similar vermin and illnesses as apples and pears, including fire blight, and can act as a host for cedar quince rust, cedar serviceberry rust, and cedar hawthorn rust, which are brought about by Gymnosperangum species. There are a few varieties that are normally utilized as scene plants. They are to some degree challenging to differentiate, since many look practically the same and hybridize without any problem. A few varieties that are appropriate to Northern Hemisphere include Saskatoon or Bantam shadbush, A. alnifolia, is a multi-stemmed bush or tree local to western North America that develops to around 10 feet tall and spreads by rhizomes. Blossoms show up in upstanding groups after the leaves arise in pre-summer to summer early. It creates loads of 1/2 inch, dull purple organic product, pursuing it a decent decision for drawing an untamed life to your patio. It is for the most part solid in zones 3-9, yet the cultivar, Altiglow, is strong to zone 1. Official is a more modest cultivar that structures clusters 3-6 feet tall and wide. Numerous cultivars, including Honeywood, Northline, Pembina, Official, and Smoky, were chosen for their organic product quality as opposed to fancy worth. Fleece or normal serviceberry, A. arborea, otherwise called shadbush, is local to northeastern U.S. down through Florida and across to Iowa. This sluggish developing little tree can ultimately arrive at 15 to 25 feet tall. The hanging bunches of white roses sprout in late winter. The normal name fleece alludes to the leaves, which can be fluffy when they initially show up. The medium green leaves become yellow-orange to red from the get-go in the fall. The little red organic products mature in June and are a number 1 of birds. The smooth, dark bark is exceptionally fancy, with vertical stripes. This species flourishes in wet locales and is open-minded toward contamination. It favors clammy, all-around depleted, acidic soil in full sun to fractional shade. Drafting 4 is strong. Eastern or Canadian serviceberry or shadbush, A. canadensis, is an upstanding suckering bush or little tree that develops to 20 feet tall. Local to eastern North America, it happens normally in wet destinations, lowlands, and marshes. In late winter, the white blossoms sprout so erect bloom bunches. The new leaves are woolly, however become bald when mature, and become gold in the fall. The delicious blue dark natural products full of vitamin K for blood clotting, vitamin E for sexual health and good skin, B vitamins for good mood and vitality, iron for anemia, calcium for strong bones, fiber for colon health promoting probiotic bacteria, and magnesium and manganese for enzyme production and immunity. Numerous cultivars are accessible, including Micropetala, Rainbow Pillar, Spring Glory, and Tradition. Decorative plantings are generally pruned up to frame a little tree to show the striped, silver dark bark. This species is strong to Zone 3. Apple Serviceberry, A. grandiflora, is a crossbreed of A. arborea and A. laevis, with an upstanding stretching propensity. It has the biggest blossoms, everything being equal, and a few sorts have pink blossoms. It doesn't develop as tall as a portion of different kinds and does especially well in conceal. There are various cultivars of Apple Serviceberry. Pre-Winter Splendor offers red-orange foliage in the fall and protection from sicknesses. Ballet Performer is very spreading, up to 20 feet tall with bronze new leaves and masses of huge blossoms. Robin Slope has pale pink blossoms. Rubescens has blossoms flushed with pink, opening from more obscure pink buds. It is solid in zones 4-9. Smooth or Allegheny Serviceberry, A. laevis, is a limited, multi-stemmed bush local to eastern North America that develops to 25 feet tall and 5 to 10 feet wide. The gesturing or hanging white blossom bunches sprout as the leaves unfurl in pre-summer. The marginally wool, bronzy purple new leaves become a brilliant shade of green in summer and become yellow-orange to red right off the bat in the fall. The blue dark organic products are exceptionally sweet and delicious, and are a number one of birds and different creatures. The smooth, striped bark is a dull dark, while the thin stems are a ruddy brown. This species is frequently pruned up to shape little tree, however it watches out for sucker, and is best in full sun in wet destinations. Snowcloud has a columnar shape. Different cultivars remember, Cumulus, and Sovereign. This species is strong for zones 4-8. Thank you for watching. For more videos like this subscribe to my channel until next time.